I mean,
I think they're saying it's a monster. There's a... guys. Okay, so...
Hold up. Oh, hey.
Guys, so how are you guys doing? We're back on the mythological creature things.
Avery, I don't think they can answer us.
So,
They can answer us in the comments.
Yeah, do that in the comments.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you guys, have been, leaving us likes. Our first goal was to get 1 view, and our next goal was to get 100 views. Thank you for 100 views. Now
we skipped right past 10, didn't we?
Now we're gonna try to get 1,000 views. If we can get that, I will be very happy. Thank you guys for supporting the channel.
What will you do if you get 1,000 views?
I'll curl up into a ball. right. I'm just kidding. No, we'll start our gaming channel if we get 1,000 views.
Okay, sounds good.
So at one point we're gonna get that because it's pretty easy to get views, and we're not looking so good on subscribers. So try to subscribe.
We'd appreciate that.
It's still okay. I think we're gonna grow a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So
and some likes would be very appreciated too, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't think we have many likes either.
Mm-mm.
So I guess it's time to start the Avery and Daddy Show. It's the
Avery and Daddy Show. Boom.
Alright, here we go on our tier list. If you haven't watched the last video or part, I would suggest you check that out and then come back on this one. However, spoiler warning, it's more than 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's
so
pretty long.
Yeah, so let's show them the tier list so far. Mm-hmm. So this is what we have so far. And one of these days we're gonna get some more time and we're gonna be able to edit these things better. But anyway, so we're gonna just go down our list and we're gonna talk about each one of these things.
Okay, so we're starting off with the Fenris.
Yeah, the Fenris. So go ahead.
Okay, so the Fenris is supposed to be a very powerful wolf or dog, from mythology, and it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be like sometimes it's like has these chains all on them.
Oh yeah, well it's because it's being set free. Oh. Like it was like bound and then set free. So the Fenris is from Nordic mythology. And so there's actually an example of one in one of the Marvel movies and one of the Thor movies. I believe it was Ragnarok. And the Fenris is bound to Ragnarok, the Norse ending of the world. And so Armageddon for Nordic people. And so anyway, the Fenris is this giant wolf creature, and he is he pretty much sets about the end of the world for Nordic people. So anyway,
if it sets the end of the world, I might be dead. But it's an ordinary wolf.
I don't think it's an ordinary wolf. I mean, according to legend, it kills or maims Odin, who is the Allfather, which is kind of like the highest god in the Nordic tradition.
Okay, so I'll put him in dead.
Okay. All right. So next
one's
one.
The Fishman. So I was supposed to know this. So the Fishman, he's in this like old movie. I think there's something weird about him that might put me up in I Beat You Up, because guess what?
What?
He like comes out of the water and attacks people, but this one girl got lucky. You know, and it's probably not gonna be me, so I'm gonna put her in. Put in Liz. I think if I encounter him, I think I would know exactly what to do.
Okay.
Put him in beat up.
What'd you do? What would you do?
I would. Imagine you're the Fishman. No, you like grab onto the boat, my boat. Dun dun dun. Get my sword and slice him in half, and then. That's what I would do. However, he might get a chance on me and beat me up. But besides that, I'm gonna win. So Frogman, I'd say he lived.
Do you think the Frogman and the Fishman are friends?
Maybe.
Oh. frogman and the fishman can be friends.
Stop. Oh, you're there right now. Right now.
What is that?
Da. Fuka. Futa. Kuchi. Ona.
Okay, so this is what Avery is trying to say right here. Let's see, right here. This one right here. Okay. So we don't know what this is. We have looked it up, but we do not know how to pronounce this. If somebody knows how to pronounce this,
leave it in the comments.
yeah, leave it in the comments. That'd be great. Below, because we don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
We probably should have looked up how to pronounce it. You know, we do have technology, but anyway. So we found out we did Google it. We didn't Google how to pronounce it, but it's this Japanese mythological creature that looks like a regular woman, but when she eats, her face, like a regular woman's face, is really just a disguise. The creature's actual face is in her hair, and when she eats, her hair turn into like tentacles or whatever, and she uses that to eat things. And if she's provoked, she'll use that hair as like a whip, or like tentacles to like strangle her victims and even devour them. And she's got, so the front of her is like a regular face, and the back of her's got these big old jaws and a big old tongue, and she's pretty scary. It kind of looks like Venom from Spider-Man.
Except I think she's scarier than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one's a ghost. I'm gonna say simple but dangerous. Right off the bat.
Yep.
'Cause, you know.
I think everybody here knows what a ghost is. So.
If you don't, then someone in the comments tell them what a ghost is.
Ooh.
Yep. So if you if you guys don't know what a ghost is, they're like so you usually see them around like haunted houses, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can see them anywhere haunted, basically. And it's a lot of people believe that it's someone that died.
Yeah, the spirit of someone that died.
Yes. And ghosts don't usually harm. They really like to play tricks sometimes.
Right.
And they would and there are different types of ghosts. My favorite one is the ambush.
Okay.
So it would like anytime it comes through, you would hear this, and then all the lights would turn off.
We could do like a whole nother video about ghosts.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows what a ghost is. What we are assuming is this is not a poltergeist. This is just a regular ghost.
Yes.
Okay, because they didn't say poltergeist.
My favorite is the poltergeist. So
yeah.
And the ambush.
Yeah,
the
and
ambush
we can
is similar to the poltergeist. I think that the poltergeist.
Anyway, we can talk about poltergeists and all sorts of ghosts. That'd be a whole nother video. That's a good idea for a video, actually.
So let's see. Let's show them how it. Now, actually, we'll show them that later. So next is the giant, right?
Yep, giant.
Okay.
Everybody knows what a giant is. A big person. A very large person. Hurt. Okay.
If a giant comes after me, actually dead. If a giant comes after me, I'm probably gonna run, but the giant's gonna be faster than me. And plus, he has that, you know.
He has what?
The thing. Oh, mighty Avery!
Avery, they can't see that.
Oh, mighty Avery!
Is it like a big stick? Like a tree?
Like if you can see right here.
Okay, let's show them what we got going on. Oh, it's a big club. Which, for a giant, it's probably a tree. You know? Okay. So let's show them their tier list so far. So this is what we got for our tier list so far. Okay, so Avery just put giant in the dead section that we would be dead. Okay, next thing.
So the next thing is the goat man.
All right, so the goat man.
Everyone knows the goat man. Don't mess with the goat man.
I don't know if everybody does know what the goat man is. So the goat, well, I mean, it's obvious. It's a man that it's a goat that looks like a man. All right.
With an axe.
With an axe, yeah. And he's got big old horns. I mean, he really kind of looks like Lucifer, is what he looks like. But I think if I saw him, I'd be like, oh, there's the devil. But he is, he's a, what is he, Avery? He's a cryptid. He's a...
dead.
Okay, so...
Actually hurt.
Avery's putting him in the hurt tier, but he...
Actually, simple but dangerous. Anyways, hurt.
Okay, and so he has been seen in the United States. Like he's like a myth, an urban legend, cryptid type person, and he's been seen, I think, in the Midwest.
Yeah.
They've
Okay,
seen
so you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, so the next one's a goblin. So actually, I don't know much about what a goblin is. I think they're supposed to be like these things that are like taking stuff and like, I'm a little green guy. I will take green stuff.
Okay.
Like, don't they take things and rob?
Yeah, they do different things. So goblins have been used throughout history.
So what does the United States say about them?
So there's not really any goblins in the United States, although there have been sightings of something like a goblin in West Virginia, and so maybe they found them in caves, coming out of caves. I saw this documentary about them, and now I can't think of what they're called now. It was. I'll try to put it in the comments later, so we're not sitting here seeing my wheels of my head turn. But
lived. I'm gonna say lived because
lived with the goblins.
Like maybe if they like try to bite me, I can just, hey little goblin, and then I can get my shotgun and do this, like in Clash of Clans. And have you guys played Clash of Clans or anything like that? I don't think so, but like the bow and arrow, the person will be like.
So yeah, so a goblin is in British folklore, but
yes.
I think it's also found in Irish and British folklore.
Something about a goblin funny is that they usually come in packs.
Mm.
So the problem is my shotgun. I might have to squish them and then like run away when I'm using the shotgun. But I think I could say lived. Actually, I would say beat up.
And they're in plenty of fantasy novels and also movies. I think in Lord of the Rings there's some goblins.
Yeah. Next one, a very popular one. If you guys have not seen the movie, any of the Godzilla movies, you should watch them. Anyways, next one's Godzilla.
Go Godzilla.
Now, sometimes he's a hero, and other times, help!
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say simple but dangerous.
Simple but dangerous.
What?
That thing is huge, and it shoots like
But sometimes he's
radioactive stuff out of his mouth.
Sometimes he's a hero.
Okay.
Actually, I would say hurt.
Okay.
You know what? If he was a bad guy, then I would say
We're talking about every single one of these creatures. We're talking about if we got in a fight with them.
Okay.
It's not about like, oh, maybe they're nice this day, and that's the reason things went well.
Okay then, so I'm gonna say dead.
Okay.
Because he's usually seen in cities.
Yeah.
He always appears in cities.
Oh,
and when I'm in the city...
Go ahead. When you're in the city.
When I'm in the city, there's a lot of people for him to kill. He's not gonna immediately just kill me.
I see.
So I might get away. But
if
he just spot me, then I'm automatically dead. Like, I'm out of the hose. It's like a dragon. I'm out of the hose.
So what you're saying is like a bear, you know, you don't have to be faster than the bear. You just have to be faster than the other people around you.
No, I'm saying you have to do weird stuff to make the bear feel like you're weird. That's what you do. I do stuff like this. And if a bear came up to me, I would be like, it's time to battle. It's time to get some money. Oh.
Okay. Next thing.
What's next? Oh, a Gorgon.
Okay. So we had to do a lot of research on the Gorgon, okay? Because we thought that it had something to do with, which it might, in a way, have something to do with Stranger Things. Because we were thinking like Demigorgon or something like that, but it's just a Gorgon, and it is actually a set of three sisters that, and Medusa is one of them. Yeah, and so if you know, well, most people know who Medusa is, but if you don't, she's this lady she's a monster lady that has snakes for hair, and if you look at her, you will turn to stone, so she can turn you into stone. So her sisters can do the very same thing. I had never heard of her sisters before, and if you want to look it up, I couldn't pronounce her sisters' names, so we're not going to talk about her sister. Well, all of them together is the Gorgon, these three sisters, but the other two sisters have names. I don't know what their names are.
Okay, so I'm going to put the Gorgon in dead.
Yeah.
As long as I don't look at her, I'm fine. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And as long as I as long as I just stay still, calm and collected, and I just gently run away from the Gorgon.
So in Clash of the Titans, the hero in that used his shield as like a mirror and kind of was able to see where she was and was able to like get away from her, or actually he ended up beheading her. Oh, I can't think of what his name is in that. Put that in the comments below. I want to say Odysseus, but it's not Odysseus.
I mean, only three of these guys will probably be
Perseus.
Unlike Catgirl, I'm bringing the double W home if I come across Catgirl.
Yeah, Catgirl.
Anyways.
Okay, so you said dead for Gorgon.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
By the way, if I do not do those three things, automatic. So the next one, have you? Before we talk about it, have you guys ever watched Tremors?
That's how they communicate with us, Avery. Those comments.
Yeah. So, Ram Boyd's or one of the Mongolian deathworms in Tremors.
So, how did you learn about Mongolian deathworms, Avery?
I'm watching that. Ooh, I found something new. Let's take a bite of it and see what it has. Oh, it has the Mongolian deathworm in it. So technically, the Mongolian deathworm can spit acid out of its mouth, and it comes from the ground.
So there's this show that William Shatner is the host of, and I think it's called Unknown.
Yeah.
And Avery and Aaron love the show, and so in the first season, they do a thing on cryptids. We highly suggest that episode. It's on Netflix, and it had one of the creatures is the Mongolian deathworm, and so this creature is actually from Tremors, and the Mongolian deathworm was an inspiration for that movie. And in the movie, it's a alien creature. Although they don't really, this is a spoiler, sorry. If you have never seen Tremors, watch Tremors and not forget what I just said, because they don't find that out until I think the third movie or something like that. They don't really know. I don't think where they come from is discussed, but they don't know where they come from until later.
They can't come from Mongolian?
No, the Mongolian deathworm is inspired by the movie, but in the movie they've never heard of the Mongolian deathworm. They're just, these things are attacking them and they try to defend themselves. So where are you gonna put it?
I'm gonna put it in dead.
Yeah.
If I saw the thing, I would get my shotgun and like shoot it in the mouth, like with the Demogorgon, like I did with last video. Demogorgon, it's alive.
That's the thing with this particular creature, is it's underground and it like shoots up out of the ground and eats you, or tries to eat you.
But if it was right above me, then automatic death.
Yeah, so it's
Go
it's
away.
hard to shoot because it's under the ground. You shoot the ground.
Yes,
It's
when
not
it
gonna
comes
do
back up, I might get lucky and shoot
I
it
know,
in.
but it probably come right up,
I know. I put it
right
in
up
dead.
underneath you.
I put it in dead.
Right.
One other one, a lower section, and it's RIP. It's the lowest it can get for the death.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to
Gremlin.
Gremlins. Okay, so Gremlins. So Gremlins have been around. Another like I think British mythological creature. There was a lot of talk about gremlins like during World War II and World War One, because when things would happen to pilots' planes and other mechanical situations, they blamed them on gremlins. There's a famous Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's like riding on a airplane and the gremlins like taking the airplane apart. Also, a famous Twilight Zone. I think it might have been the first Twilight Zone episode on TV, where a man is flying in a plane or riding on the plane, and he keeps looking out the window and he thinks he sees a gremlin outside, but he's the only one that can see it, and he gets panicked, let's say, about that. So there's all that, the whole mythos behind the whole creature that's like tearing your
Dad,
machines apart.
There's a problem.
What?
So you see, the thing is, where would I be during this time? On an airplane? Let's say I'm on an airplane.
No. Well, I'm about to get to it, Avery.
Okay.
The gremlin that they have in this is from the movie Gremlins, which, if you haven't seen that, you need to go watch it. But also, it's an older movie, so you might not have seen it. So there's this little furry thing, and I can't remember the name of the furry thing, and somebody, because a child of the 80s, somebody's going to be like, you don't know what that thing is called, but I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, if you feed it after midnight or get it wet or something, I don't know, it turns into a gremlin. And these little gremlins are pretty nasty. They're pretty, they do all sorts of things, including bite people and harm people and tear up your house and all sorts of stuff.
Okay then, so I just don't feed it after midnight?
Well, then you wouldn't have a gremlin, but we're going to say we have a gremlin.
Okay.
And it's trying to harm us.
Okay, so I have a shotgun and a really old sword. So I guess I'll use my sword to slice all the gremlins in half.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I also think that the gremlin is
kind of weak. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not really weak, but it's kind of weak.
I'm going to say simple but dangerous. That's what I would say.
Simple but dangerous.
Because I think...
But if the gremlin does get a hand of me, I might be able to. And if that does not work, then I'm probably dead.
Yep. Okay, so I didn't know we had our heating pad. This is our handy dandy stone heating pad, and Avery and Aaron love this thing and love to lay on it when they have aches and pains. And Avery comes and lays on it every morning. So, but I didn't realize it was the background. Okay. All right, Griffin. Okay, so Griffin is another. Actually, I'm not really sure about a griffin. Griffin might go all the way back to Mesopotamian mythology. If you guys know, let us know. But it's a really old creature, and I think they found it in temples and things like that all over, like the Middle East. So it's actually supposed
to be like real, but they found it in temples long, long ago.
I don't know if it's actually supposed to be real. There's it's more symbolic, is what I think.
Okay.
But it's been used in all sorts of ways, including in Harry Potter.
Okay, yeah, I know where to put it. I'm gonna put it in her. So if it tries to fly down on me, if I see one, and it's trying to fly down on me when I'm outside trying to go to my favorite Mexican restaurant in Albuquerque or McDonald's.
McDonald's is a Mexican restaurant?
No, it's not a Mexican restaurant. And I'm trying to go to El Aguacate or McDonald's, or my favorite out of all of them, Hardee's, and it comes down and tries to get me.
El Aguacate is a much better restaurant than Hardee's or McDonald's, by the way. Anyway.
It's little tendrils. Hello, buddy.
It's our local Mexican restaurant. Anyway, so, yeah, so a griffin is half eagle, half
Oh my gosh,
lion.
look at all the deads.
And what he's saying is he thinks it might fly down and try to attack him. Okay, so are we...
Look at all the deads.
Yeah, a lot. So Griffin's
Wait.
hurt. Okay, we got to keep moving, buddy. We're running out of time. Harpy?
A harpy? I think a harpy would be put in dead, right? Maybe? No. Hurt?
Yeah, hurt. I'll say hurt. So Harpy is in Greek mythology, and it's half, I think it's half eagle and half woman, like, and traditionally a very old witchy type woman, but more recently they've been depicted as young women. But yeah, with wings and talons for feet, and fly down and grab you with their talons, and they have weapons and all sorts of things, bow and arrow, whatever.
But, so are you talking about the one that you used to have or the one nowadays? The one they used to have.
Yeah, used to have.
So let's see. So if
Now, Avery, we got to keep going.
I'm gonna do the same strategy with the griffin. Like.
Right. You just lay down and shoot.
Its talons.
Okay. All right. So we've spent way too much time on Ghost that we should have. We should have been like Ghost and then that, because everybody knows what a ghost is. But anyway, the next thing is Hydran.
Mm-hmm. A Hydra.
Hydra. And we're not talking about the Marvel Hydra with Red Skull and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about
a Hydra from Greek mythology.
Yeah. And it's a dragon with many heads, and you chop off one of its head and it grows back and all that sort of stuff.
I'm gonna say dead.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say beat up.
Beat up.
I have a sword from a long time ago. I could chop all its head off. However, if it does come to, I chop its other head off. But if it sneaks up on me, then I'm dead.
They keep growing back.
They keep growing back,
yes.
So I would have to keep chopping them.
You would get wore out eventually.
Okay, then, so I'll put it down.
I think you have to actually like stab it in the heart or something like that.
Oh, so then I might. You know what? That's kind of hard, so I'm gonna say simple but dangerous.
Simple but dangerous, I guess. Although I personally would say dead, but we'll go with that. If you ever seen the movie Willow, I believe there's one in that too. Okay, so anyway, imposter.
Imposter. Everyone knows what an imposter is. Sneak attack. Good idea.
Do you know what Avery? Do you know what a fake spaghetti is?
No.
An imposter.
Oh. Okay, so if you don't know what an imposter is, they're kind of like intruders, but this time, I think they're talking about the imposter from Among Us.
I have no idea why this is in this list. It does not make any sense. It's not a mythological or legend or anything like that. It's a character off of a video game.
Okay, so...
What's that got to do with anything?
So, the imposter from Among Us. So, one creature, one out of all the Among Us characters will be picked as an imposter. Now, if
you're watching this YouTube and you don't know what an imposter is...
However, I'm not that good at Among Us, so I'm going to put it in dead.
Okay.
I'm good at hiding, but I'm not that good at Among Us. Oh my gosh, look at all that.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead there.
Okay, so...
Okay, next is the intruder.
Yes.
Okay, so if there's some other kind of intruder that we don't know about, please let us know, but...
normal intruders.
Yeah, yeah, but that's another thing. Like, I don't understand why it's on this list. It's not an intruder is not a mythological creature. It is a real life thing that happens all across the world every day. Unfortunately, you know, people break into people's houses, and that's a real thing. So I don't.
It's disappointing.
Yes. Where are you gonna put him?
Dead. I might.
Dead?
What?
I think the intruder is the one thing that we probably could fight off.
Actually, you're right. I'll put it in beat up.
Beat up. We're gonna go with beat up.
I
mean, you know, if one like snuck in here, I'm sure it could do some damage, you know, but
I'm gonna call the police. Hello, police. There's a
intruder.
There's an intruder from YouTube. Watching this video. Or I could use my shotgun and.
He loves to use that shotgun. Anyway.
Or sword too.
Okay. So the next.
I do not have a shotgun in real life.
Okay, Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil.
Okay, so the Jersey Devil and the Goat Man are cousins. And not really, but I mean, they look, it's pretty much the same creature as far as I can tell.
I mean, they're Jersey Devils, so I'm going to put
But of all, well, no, that's not true. This is one, I was about to say, of all the creatures on this this tier list, this is the one that has its own hockey team. But I think, is the Kraken on here?
Yes, it's actually right after the last one.
Thanks to Seattle.
It's going to be at the very beginning of part 3.
Oh, okay. Thanks to Seattle, the Kraken also has its own hockey team. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. When I looked at the Kraken, the first thing that appeared was this hockey team, and then I automatically found the mythological creature, the Kraken.
I see. So where'd you put the Jersey Devil?
I put him up in simple but dangerous.
Okay.
If he comes down, I'll just shoot him with my shotgun.
Okay, the next one is King Kong.
Oh.
Everybody should know what King Kong is, but it's a giant ape. There's not much more to say. He battles Godzilla from time to time. They're in that same kind of universe.
You're going to be mad at me.
Lived?
Yeah.
It's a huge, ginormous...
Oh, wait. You're talking about if we came into fights.
Yeah.
I was going to say in the movie, King Kong does not mess with anyone. So I'm going to say dead.
Okay, dead.
Because... Actually, I'm going to say RIP. Because if he's usually found in the jungle. Where most people don't venture out. Well, some people do, but... If I'm just out there alone... I'm squished. And this 1800 sword and shotgun's not going to do anything.
Right, okay. All right, so what else we got?
Kitsune.
This is our last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good because, you know, after this, we're going to go get pizza.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Look at that.
I know, we're going to be late. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so the Kitsune, I think it's supposed to be like this thing that can trick people by changing.
Yeah, so it is a Japanese mythological creature or creatures, and they are these magic foxes, I guess, and they can change shape, and the older they get, the more powerful they get. And
so let's see. What about one that's 30? Like, we can make it up like that?
Okay.
30.
I don't know what a 30-year-old kitsune, what kind of powers it would have.
Let's just say they have magic powers that can throw magical circle bombs. And also uses their fox tails to...
I don't think that Avery knows what these things can really do. I mean, I really don't know what they can do either.
With people and...
Except for what I just said. And they try to trick humans. And in some stories, they're helpful to humans and guard them. And other times, they're not so friendly wolves.
I believe in that.
Foxes. And they trick them into doing things.
Yeah, so it's really what you want to think about them. But I'm just going to put them in dead.
Dead? Do you think they're going to kill us? I guess they could really trick us, huh?
Yeah, but I don't think I'll put them in RIP because sometimes I outsmart the person.
Or the
However,
fox.
however, I'm not always the outsmarter, and I'm not Frankenstein.
Okay, so
That's the end of our
that
tier
is
list. The end of our tier list for today.
part 2.
We will do part 3 as soon as possible. We were going to do it yesterday, but I'm sorry, we didn't.
Yesterday, how could we do?
I'm sorry, we did it wrong.
We were gonna do this yesterday,
We were gonna do this.
but anyway,
So
this is a very busy time for Daddy right now, with everything going on. So,
we're gonna go because our pizza is
right,
being served in like 1 second.
right, all right. So it's
The
Avery and Daddy Show.
I
Boom.
hope you guys had a great time. Bye.
Bye.